What's up, peeps? This is Morris Effect episode 2. My rant of the day is just more injustice. Close friend of mine from a job that I shall not name just got let go, and I get being let go from a job if you're a single guy like me, especially when they basically just, they walk you to the door and say, GTFO. But I mean, this dude's got a family, and that's incredibly fucked up. And if I know how this company's been working, they've been basically, bombing everybody and just, letting people go just on a whim, just get out of here. And hey, look, it's Friday, and they did it to me on a Friday, they did it to him, and they've done it to a bunch of other people on a Friday. And I was speaking to another ex-coworker of mine who brought up a really good point, which is, how come when we have to quit jobs, like, we have to give them 2 weeks notice so they can get their head on straight and they can train or do whatever they want to do and whatnot, but when it comes to the opposite, I mean, they can just cut you off right there and just send you home with like nothing. And it's incredibly fucked up, which is what this whole corporate business and corporate world is coming to. I mean, that job that shall not be named is just, they're banking on being sold and making a shit ton of money so like one or two people can, swim through it, a la Scrooge McDuck, and everybody else just gets the shaft. And fuck what they think about everybody else's problems, and they also think they're so generous, where they say, we're going to give you 4 whole weeks of severance. You know what 4 weeks is to me? It's 2 paychecks that don't do anything, especially when you have a family, and especially when every other place in the city is exactly like the place that fired you if you want to stay in that business. So, I am at a more of an advantage because, who do I got to take care of? The cats over there? It's not a big deal, but I mean, this guy has got human beings to take care of, which is utterly, insane when you lose your job. I can't imagine what he's going through now. And all I gotta say is, I really feel that the future of business, like honest business, is gonna go to podcasting and video bitching and stuff like this, because in a way, you can say what you want to some degree, and then in the other aspect of it is, look at Adam Carolla's podcast. Adam Carolla is one of my favorite comedians on earth, one of my favorite people on earth. Don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with basically everything he says, so fuck it. But the business that he started was a podcasting business, which was to just talk on a radio or on an iTunes thing, say what you want, throw in the 7 dirty words times 1,000, and just no holds barred. And a guy like that's popular, so he automatically has a bunch of guests and a fan base. But in the end, he basically turned it into like a podcast empire, which is, he's got actors and comedians like Larry Miller, and he's got he's got the people who used to work with him have a movie podcast, this guy Brian Bishop and this other guy Anderson, and all of these are under this like umbrella of Ace Broadcasting Network, which all the thing is they're all reliant on each other, and they're all counting on each other to be successful. And that's what we should do as a business. We should rely on each other. We shouldn't just use people until they're dried up and then just kick them out, or even use them, have them still be integral parts of your business, but then kick them out anyway because they're making too much money. Because at that point, where's the human condition? It's gone. You're not a human anymore. You're just a number. You're just whatever. And it fires me up so goddamn much about it because, there's no justice to be had. I mean, I can only hope that the millions of dollars that on the pile that they're sitting on is riddled with anthrax, but that's only a hope. Of course it's not going to happen, and these guys will remain rich and evil, and they'll live to a ripe old age of 100 and blah, blah, blah. And fuck them, though. At that point, I say, don't even, just let it go. There needs to be some type of business or some type of livelihood where we can rely on each other and trust each other, as opposed to just hiring you, and then getting what you need out of them, and then just getting rid of everybody and doing it in the most inhumane way, which is like basically walking the green mile, which I heard as a parlance today, which it makes a lot of sense. And at this point, that company, they basically have instilled the fear in everybody, where everybody's fearful for their job. And yeah, that's what you want. You want people to fear you rather than trust you. I think I think Hitler was the last guy who really saw that through. Anyways, this is going to be short because I'm working on a little project here, and just wanted to get this out, and hopefully it'll be entertaining, and hopefully we'll just keep on doing more of these. So, peace, peeps.